Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of March, and we are glad to present you our weekly analytical review of the foreign exchange market. Last week, the pair EUR/USD dropped to the level of 1.1175 and went out of the Murray trading range. Now the price has returned to it. The growth of quotes may continue to 1.1291 and 1.1352. The resumption of the fall will be possible when the price consolidates below 1.12. In this case, the price may decline to the level of 1.1108. Technical indicators do not provide a clear signal. Bollinger Bands are pointing downwards, MACD histogram is stable in the negative zone, Stochastic has left the oversold zone and formed a buy signal. Fundamental events of the week include the data on inflation and industrial output in the US and the Eurozone. Growth seemed more probable, but one cannot exclude a decline in case of the breakdown of the level of 1.12. Last week, the pair GBP/USD dropped to the level of 1.2960, but on Monday it played back a significant part of the losses and is now trading at 1.3183, coinciding with Murray 8/8. Further growth is possible to the levels of 1.3305 and 1.3360. However, consolidation of the price below the level of 1.3150, coinciding with the FIBO ratio of 38.2%, will give the prospect of a decline to 1.3061 and 1.2940. Technical indicators show continued growth. MACD histogram is growing in the positive zone and Stochastic is directed upwards. This week, there are several key Brexit votes to be held in the British Parliament, which should be closely monitored. One should also follow the publication of data on industrial output and UK GDP. Generally, the continuation of growth is possible, but one cannot exclude a decline in case of the breakdown of the level of 1.3150. Last week, the pair USD/JPY dropped to the midline of Bollinger Bands at the level of 111. Now the price has begun to rise. The target can be the levels of 112 and 112.50. The level of 111 is still the key one for the bears. Its breakdown will give the prospect of decline to 110.15. Technical indicators do not provide a clear signal. Bollinger Bands are directed upwards, MACD histogram is declining in the positive zone, and Stochastic is reversing up. Fundamental events of the week include the meeting of the Bank of Japan with the decision on the interest rate and the accompanying comments. The resumption of growth seems possible, but a decline after the breakdown of 111 cannot be ruled out. Last week, the pair AUD/USD dropped to the level of 0.70, but then regained some of the losses. In case of the breakout of the resistance zone of 0.7080, 0.71, growth will continue to 0.7141 and 0.7202. Otherwise, decline to 0.7020 and 0.6980 is possible. Technical indicators show continued growth. MACD histogram is reducing in the negative zone and Stochastic is directed upwards. Fundamental events of the week include data on Consumer Trust Index in Australia. Continued growth in case of the breakout of the level of 0.71 seems more likely, but one cannot exclude a resumption of decline. Last week, gold quotes were trading in both directions. After a decline to the level of 1281.25, coinciding with Murray 2/8, the price rose to 1300. Its breakout will give the prospect of growth to the level of 1310, near the midline of Bollinger Bands. Otherwise, decline to 1281.25 and 1265.63 is possible. Technical indicators do not provide a clear signal. Bollinger Bands are reversing down, MACD histogram grows in the negative zone, while the Stochastic is directed upwards. Continued growth in case of the breakout of the level of 1300 seems probable, but a resumption of the decline cannot be ruled out. That's all for today, and good luck with your trading.